Living in Jamaica has made me think about language differently. I love how much personality and emotional intelligence exists in the way people speak here. Jamaican patois is one of the most expressive, beautiful, emotionally vibrant languages I've ever heard in my life. The longer I stay here, the more I realize that it's carrying far more than words. I've been writing since I was a child, and word song is my thing. It carries identity and culture. It carries humor, survival, resistance, and community all at once. Patois can make even ordinary moments sound rich and just cinematic. A simple conversation can sound like poetry mixed with comedy and philosophy. Jamaicans just have a way of speaking that turns everyday life into something very colorful. Even complaints sound entertaining. Jokes sound layered, and the language is just active. It breathes. And that is why formal English suddenly feels so emotionally flat to me sometimes. The Queen's English or the King's English, however you want to say it, it sounds proper, yeah. It sounds structured and polished, but patois sounds real and authentic. It sounds like people are fully inside themselves when they speak it. There is emotion in every single syllable. There's rhythm in every sentence. There's creativity in how people describe things. Nobody in Jamaica is going to say, I'm tired. They say, me tired bad. And somehow you feel the exhaustion, like you're tired, the frustration, and the comedic humor all at once, just in how they say it. Nobody's going to say, oh, it's raining hard. They say, rain a beat like it vex. And suddenly nature has an attitude. The language paints pictures in my mind constantly. So when I heard about the debate surrounding patois being discouraged or restricted in Parliament and certain official government spaces, I could not stop thinking about the deeper meaning behind it. This is the language that most Jamaicans naturally speak. This is the language that shaped reggae, dancehall, storytelling, humor, and global culture. This is one of the reasons people all over the world are fascinated by Jamaica in the first place. Their speak. Yet there are still spaces where speaking in the language of the people is considered inappropriate. Make that make sense. To me, it just feels like a lingering effect of colonial thinking, like Ebonics as it relates to the U.S. It feels like the old idea that in order to sound intelligent, people must distance themselves from their own natural cultural voice and move closer to British formality. Maybe that made sense historically inside systems that reward assimilation, but culturally it feels heartbreaking because patois is not evidence of a lack of education. If anything, it is evidence of linguistic creativity. People created beauty out of oppression. That is powerful. I also think there is a misunderstanding about what elegance means. Many people associate elegance with sounding formal, polished, and proper, but there's another kind of elegance that exists in warmth and being genuine and emotional honesty and storytelling. And patois has that type of elegance. Patois reminds me of jazz music. Jazz doesn't follow rigid rules. It carries soul. It improvises. It bends. And that's how patois feels to me. One of my favorite things about Jamaicans is how alive they become when they switch naturally into patois. I love when they forget I'm in the room. I love it. Their facial expressions become bigger. Their storytelling becomes poetic. Their jokes are funnier. Their personalities expand instantly. Even when I can't fully understand everything being said, excuse me, I still feel the energy of it. And that makes me understand. Of course, I'm still learning. Half the time I'm listening carefully, trying to decode an entire conversation, only to realize everybody has already moved on to another topic. And Jamaicans speak patois at lightning speed that feels supernatural. And I will sometimes finally understand the first sentence of what they were talking about, but they're already finished with the conversation. And every now and then I confidently attempt to phrase myself and expose that I have absolutely no roots here. And the laughter afterward is immediate and deserved. The more I hear patois, the more I understand why people are protective of it. Language is not just communication. Language is memory. It's culture and emotional inheritance. I personally think there is something deeply ironic about a country being globally celebrated for a culture that many institutions still hesitate to fully validate inside official spaces. From where I stand, Jamaican patois is not less sophisticated than formal English. It's simply alive in a different way. Let the people speak how they want. As far as these new government rules are concerned, me spirit not take them. Thank you for listening. Love, health, and wealth. Patois forever. Peace.